Buenos dias, internet bikers. This is already day 2, and we're gonna start with the biggest American brand, Harley Davidson. You can see we have an artist here decorating a wall. Looks pretty cool, awesome. And okay, so let's move on. We're gonna look at the motorcycles. Right now we have, this is the Pan America CVO Special. And yeah, this is, I would say this is not an off-road motorcycle. This is just, looks like an off-road motorcycle, but it is, being a CVO, it is all comfort. And it is meant for that, meant for riding out on the road through the asphalt, of course. Here we have one of my favorite Harleys, which is the Sport Glide. It's been around for a few years now, and the one thing I do like about this motorcycle is that it already comes with the hard bags as stock. It's a very good looking motorcycle, and yeah, pretty cool. Here we have all of the handlebar options that they have for Harley Davidson. I think that they fit all of the Softail lines. Probably they fit the Touring line too. I wouldn't be so sure, but yeah. Here we have the Fat Boy. So this is one of the true staples, and oh wow, they're gonna turn on the noise. That's the difficulty about Harley Davidson. The stand is that they have a lot of noise. So hopefully you guys can hear me. But over here what we have is again the Fat Boy. I'm just having a quick look around. The big selling point, or the big distinction point of the Fat Boy, of course, is the very fat front fork design. And yeah, okay, so we're gonna move on to the Street Bob, which is the smaller version of the Softail line. This is, I think, is the entry point for this specific lineup of motorcycles. It is not the cheapest motorcycle in Harley Davidson. Actually, it might even be the cheapest. I don't know anymore because everything has come up so much in the price points. But yeah, this is the Street Bob 114. Well, being a 114, does that mean that this is now the smallest engine? The 114 could be. I'll have a look around, figure out if there's anything smaller. There used to be a 107. Over here, what we have is the Breakout, and that one is a 117. Breakout is a 117 now, ever since they came out again, probably 2 years ago. So this is the more, I would say, stretched out version on this platform. And then, of course, we have the Heritage Classic, which is the more touring-oriented model from this lineup, from the Softail lineup, with all the classic-looking details over here in the front fairing and headlight and the chromes. Chrome has gone away for a little bit, but I guess Harley Davidson will not let it completely disappear. So let's move on. We do have other production motorcycles over here, like the Lowrider S. Another one of my favorite Harley Davidsons. This one, it has been around for quite a long time already. Another 117. This one looks pretty cool. Probably not the best paint color. I like this motorcycle a lot, but I would probably get it in a different paint color, honestly. Anyway, this is the Lowrider S, and this is the more sporty version of the Softail platform. But we're gonna look at the other part of this sport touring from Harley Davidson's interpretation, because sport touring means something else for all the other brands. For Harley Davidson, it means this, right? This is what sports touring means for them, which is taking one of their touring motorcycles and just beef it up with more power and a little bit higher pegs, so you can you know, have a little bit more ground clearance in cornering. This fairing over here, I know this is a fairing that has been heavily influenced by the California scene. There's really nothing here, it's just wind protection, but it looks very good. Now we have a special motorcycle over here. I don't really know if this is a production motorcycle or not. It looks very much based on the King of the Baggers. It's a Lowrider ST. I think it's just a Lowrider ST, but with all the decals based on what we're going to see a little bit further down the road, which is the King of the Baggers racing motorcycle. So that's what we have over here. Again, it's the same motorcycle. Oh, look, nice little detail over here with the 43 car. I think that meant a racer in NASCAR. Okay, here we have the Sportster S. This is the very first motorcycle that came out with this new Sportster platform. And currently there are 2 motorcycles in this platform, at least 2 in the stand. I thought that there would be a Nightster and a Nightster Special, but over here all we have is the Nightster S, right? The Nightster Special. We don't have the normal Nightster, I would guess. But we have this one. The difference is that the Special already has the front cowl mostly, and the bar end mirrors. This one does have a little bit of accessories on top, like the passenger backrest and the luggage rack. They even have a little bit of luggage on top of it. So yeah, this is the one thing that I have always had a complaint about. And this is the 975 engine. Remember that the Sportster S that we have right behind is a 1200. This is a 975. So, or 1250, I must say, 1250. So the one gripe that I have with this engine platform really, is that they look great from the right, but if you look at them from the left, look, this one looks really awesome from the right. But if you look at them from the left, they look totally half-baked. It's, I don't know why they do this. It just looks like you're looking at the innards and that they haven't covered that up properly. But hey, that's just me. I guess other people might feel differently. Let's move on to the rest of the motorcycles. Over here we start moving to the true touring motorcycles and the Road Glide CVO. Look at those headlights. That is just a lot of lighting. Honestly, way too much lighting. Over here we have more of their accessories catalog. But over here we see the rest of the CVO. This is a 121. That's a really big engine. And then we move out of here because I can see that here is a setup with, I think this is what they wanted to showcase as the immersive design or the immersive experience, is where you have a garage type of setup where you can see how the Nightsters can be built up and modified as much as you can. So probably that's what this means. It's not that different from the rest of the stands. I must say that I'm a little bit disappointed in what that meant. But okay, at least they did something different. So now let's go back and look at the rest of the touring lineup. This is the proper touring lineup. Over here we have the Road King, which is an absolute monster of a motorcycle. As you can see, the engine, the touring engine, does not look half-baked on the left side, as the new Revolution Max engine does. Here, this is the 114. This is the Milwaukee 8 engine, which looks much better than the Revolution, I must say, when it comes to the left side of the engine. The right side, okay, looks cool. Okay, so this was the Road King, and then we move on to the 2 big fairing motorcycles. First, the Street Glide. Of course, the big difference is that the Street Glide is the one that has the fork mounted, and you can see that it's a fork mounted fairing. If you turn, the fairing will turn with you, with the 117 engine in this case. So a little bit bigger, a little bit more power. And we start seeing all of the gadgetry, a really big digital screen, a lot of sound system, and over here then we have the other bike, which is the Road Glide. We already saw the CVO version of this with the huge headlights. And the Road Glide, the difference is that the Road Glide is a chassis mounted fairing, so it does not turn with you as the Street Glide does. Okay, so pretty cool. And they do have the same setup. Over here it's actually turned on, which is great. We can see all the information. I think these screens are getting way too big, but hey, I guess that's what most people want. So there we go. And then finally, we have the Ultra Limited. The difference is that it has the trunk at the back, and but it is a road glide, so it has the a street glide, which means it has the fork-mounted fairing. Go ahead. And with the fork-mounted fairing, of course, you get, in any case, in this case, look, a smaller screen, but also digital and analog gauge, which you don't have in the other one. Okay, so now let's look at their racing motorcycles. They only have two. I mean, racing is not truly a concept that you would relate to Harley Davidson, but here they are showing a couple of them. This is the King of the Baggers motorcycle that I'm guessing if they brought this one, is probably the one that won. And then we move on to a little bit of a curious motorcycle. This one did the Africa Eco Race. I was told the name of the rider, but I don't remember it anymore. It was ridden by someone from Spain, and the curious thing about it is that this is practically a production motorcycle. I mean, you can see it because in the back it even has the license plate from Spain. So it was just, they took out a production motorcycle, one of the 1250 specials, I would guess, or maybe not even a special, and they just fitted it for the Dakar, because the Africa Eco Race, what I was told is the full Dakar, the original Paris-Dakar route, and yeah, they didn't win, but they finished it. So that tells you a lot about the motorcycle. And this is the true production motorcycle in their adventure touring lineup, which is the Pan America 1250 Special. This green color looks really nice. I don't know if it shows up well on screen, but I think that the color is good. It's gonna look even better out in the sunlight. But yeah, this is a great motorcycle. This is a motorcycle that I have ridden before. I would have to be honest and say that I loved it, but it was a bit too pricey for what it gave, right? So I mean, there are other motorcycles with more or less the same technical capabilities, but with a lower price range. So you truly are paying a little bit for the badge, but hey, if some people want to pay for the badge, this is a nice badge to have. All right, I think that's everything we have in Harley Davidson, and we'll move on and see if we can find other brands. See you soon.